In United Kingdom, there is no free money. First of all, why do I have to work as a teenager? Because living in Nigeria, I didn't work a day in my life. How do people move to a foreign land without any family or friends? You will starve yourself. Know somebody, you still need to be connected to someone right for your child to gain admission at the local school. Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dele. I am a Nigerian YouTuber based in England. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing this gorgeous face, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of this good stuff. First of all, I'd like to thank all those that have been watching the cultural shock videos that I've been uploading recently on my channel. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for my new subscribers. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for engaging in the comment section. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. So guys, today I've always wanted to film this video, but I never got around to it. But today, finally, I am going to be discussing the cultural shock that I have experienced as a Nigerian living in the UK. There is a lot to talk about. Oh my God. First cultural shock that I experienced was when we arrived on this fateful winter morning. So I was very surprised that the immigration officer that was going to verify our document was a lady with a disability. And I'll explain why that was very surprising to me. Because coming from Nigeria, any Nigerian can relate to this. Or I don't know about other African countries, but living in Lagos, most people with disability back then, I know things are changing, that we are evolving, our mentality is changing, we are knowing better, we are doing better, hopefully. But this was over 20 years ago. Back home in Nigeria, we are made to believe that a person with a disability is not able to sustain a professional job, not able to sustain a job, for example, like an immigration officer. We are made to believe that they are only supposed to be beggars on the street, begging for money, looking for handouts, because they've put this limitation on people with disability in Nigeria that you are not able to achieve what you want to achieve. Your disability is a limitation. We arrived and the lady that verified our document was a lady with a disability. I knew early on that this is a country opportunity, the country that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. It doesn't, for example, what disability you have. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you put your mind to whatever you want to achieve, you are able to achieve it. Because if those Nigerians will testify to this, I at least saw people with disabilities working in a professional setting while I was in Nigeria. Although I left Nigeria when I was a teenager, never for once did I come in contact with anyone with a disability working in a professional setting. Your disability, your race, your ethnic background does not limit you to whatever you want to achieve. And that really helped me to be more excited of what the future holds for me as a Nigerian relocating to the United Kingdom. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve in this country as long as you're able to put in the work. So that was really impressive. So the second cultural shock that I experienced early on was the fact that there was a system in place to support the citizens of the United Kingdom, or the residents or the students of the United Kingdom. Whatever your status is, there are systems in place to support you: education system, healthcare system, transport system. Because the government knows that every life matters, not just the life of the governor or the governor's family or the senator's family. Every life matters. I moved to the UK and enroll into the local school in my area. My uncle does not know the governor of the school, he does not know the head of the school, does not know even the teachers of the school. He didn't have to bribe anybody, particular school. So we went there the next day, we were shown around, we have an interview for like 10 minutes. And less than an hour, my sister and I were offered a place to start studying at this particular school. And I was like, is it that easy? There's a system in place to support the residents of the United Kingdom. To us, it seems like luxury, but it's not luxury. It is a necessity of what we are entitled to as residents of any country. Because coming from Nigeria, if you want to enroll your children or your nieces or your nephew at the local school, you have to speak to one uncle, you have to speak to one governor, you have to look for one head of state, you have to pay this. Even if the child is very brilliant, has passed all the entrance exam, you still need to know somebody, you still need to be connected to someone right for your child to gain admission at the local school.
This was not the case when we arrived in the UK. Easy peasy. Within 1 hour, we gained admission into that local school. I also noticed in place was the healthcare system. You can get free healthcare treatment at the local hospital, at your GP surgery, at the dental surgery if you are below 18. Below 16 is free, and 16 to 18, if you're on full-time medication, you're entitled to free healthcare. In Nigeria, that was not the case when I was living in Nigeria. You have to pay for admission card, you have to pay to see the doctor, pay for the nurse to treat you, then you pay to go to the local pharmacy to pay for the medication. And imagine you don't have the money, because no one plans to be unwell. No one plans to be hit by a car. So imagine you're hit by a car, you go to the hospital, you don't have any money with you. You are not going to be treated at a local hospital in Nigeria just because you don't have the means to pay for your treatment. But United Kingdom, even visitors, I'll put something on the screen, even visitors that are not legal residents of the United Kingdom that are visiting the UK, God forbid you become unwell while you're in the UK. Your treatment at the local A&E is free. Because they said earlier, they know that all lives matter, not only the lives of the wealthy, not only the lives of those that are known in the society, the lives of everyone in the United Kingdom matters. Another thing I also stood out about the system, I'll talk about quickly and I move on to another topic, is the transport system. Buses available, they have trains, they have trams, they have railways. If you want to travel from point A to point B, you just need to plan your journey, go to the nearest bus stop, get on the bus and to drop you at point B. If you need to get on the train, you go to the nearest station, you buy your oil, you buy for your travel card. Then we used to have travel card then, but now we use Oyster card. But if you buy your travel card, you'll be able to travel from point A to point B. Then you don't have to be bribing the conductor. It didn't have to be beg, like, if you have the means of traveling, even kids under 16, or I think kids, I'm not sure what age, but I know kids, I think kids under, then, like I said, it was many years ago when I moved to the UK, it was free for kids to use the transport service. I'm not sure what it's like now because I don't use the transport service. But I know that even if you have to pay for your child, the price will be way cheaper than an adult price. Because why? They understand that a child fare should not be the same amount as an adult fare. They understand that you might not be able to afford for your child to afford a transport fare for your child. So they put systems in place like free travel, discount travel for your child, so that your child can get to school, can get to lesson, can get to the extra curriculum like swimming, football, and other extra cultural shock that I experienced was when I had to start working. I started working early on as a teenager, and I was like, first of all, why do I have to work as a teenager? Because living in Nigeria, I didn't work a day in my life. My parents were able to fund my lifestyle, my baby girl lifestyle. For us, our mom moved to the UK with us. I don't even, first of all, let's even discuss this. How do people move to a foreign land without any family or friends? Like, even the fact that I moved to the UK with my mom and my siblings, still find it very challenging to settle in this country. Used to the system that they have in place, we had to adjust our mindset to settle in, to adapt into the new way of living. So it was very challenging. Then imagine you don't have your siblings, your mom, your friends with you. You people that move to a foreign land without anyone, you are the real MVP, because I'm sure it was very challenging to settle in a foreign country. But look at you now. So I had to get a job. So I got a job at this local bakery on a very busy high street. I was so excited. I have a job now. I'm going to earn my own money. I can live my baby girl lifestyle. First day I went in, introduced myself to the manager. She showed me around, showed me what's expected of me, which I appreciated. And said to me, okay, I've set this task for you to complete. Finish this task. Went to the back room. There was no customer on the shop floor, so I was just tidy. It was in a local bakery. I'm not going to mention the bakery, but those that know me know well. That was my first job. I can never forget. And I finished the tidying up, putting the pies in the oven, cleaning up, and everything was nice and tidy, waiting for the next customer. And there was no customer, so I just stood there staring at the people that are out and about on the busy high street on a Saturday morning, because it was only a Saturday job, because I was still a full-time student running errands. And then she came to me, Ayodele, what are you doing? I said, oh, waiting for you to assign an answer. She said, no, You don't wait for us to assign you the next task, or you don't wait for your next customer to arrive. You have to find something to do. You have to use your initiative. That means you have to use your brain. And that's one thing I learned early on moving to the UK. You don't wait around for people to be told what to do. You have to look around you and look and try and see what job can be completed. We don't do that around here. You need to be busy. Find yourself something to do. If you finish the task that I've assigned you to do, look for another task to complete. Look for another table to wipe down. Look for another pies to put in the oven. Whatever you need to do to earn, so that you can earn every penny that we are paying you. Kingdom, there is no free money. Any penny that we are going to pay you, you have to earn it. So you can't be standing around just be looking at people on the high street. She said it loud and clear to me, in a professional manner, obviously. But I feel what is this one? Daily Omowa like, is this what I'm going to be doing in this United Kingdom? But quickly I had to adjust. That's the way they do things over here. Although, like I said, I've never worked a day in my life in Nigeria. So I wouldn't even know what it was expected of me, to be honest. But what we move. So for me, quickly I adjusted to that setting, and yes, and it really helped me with my other jobs and with my career, because working as part of the team, using your initiative, on being punctual, a lot of things that, even though some people frown at the fact that why will a teenager be working at that age? You should be focusing on your education. But it's not just you earning the money as a teenager, but you learn about life skills, learn about what is expected of you in a work setting. And I really appreciate the fact that I was able to acquire the skills the skills and knowledge I need for me to help me to even to I'm still using those skills and those knowledge at this present age, because what even though every work setting is different, but there are some skills that you're going to need for the rest of your working life, and which I feel like I was able to acquire while at my first job when I first arrived in the UK. Then another cultural shock that I experienced working in the UK is the fact that your colleagues are your colleagues, they are not your friend. So I think we get it confused sometimes. I'm not sure if this is an African thing, or it's a Nigerian thing, or it's just a people thing. When you at work, they are your colleagues, they are not your friends. So, for example, if you hang out with your colleagues, no one is expecting you to pay for anyone's meal. When you hang out with your colleagues for leaving due, for a Friday night out, whatever the reason why you are hanging out, just be ready to fund yourself. Don't be expecting that Layla or Michelle will pay for your water or pay for your cocktail. No, darling. If you order a cocktail, if you order a salad, even if it's just a bottle of water that you ordered, and everyone else ordered something else, you're going to pay for that bottle of water. Most times. Sometimes, very rarely, though. It's okay, very rarely, to be honest. But if you hang out with your friends, like my Nigerian friends, my circle, we all know that if we're going to split the bill. If the bill is going to cost, if the bill is £100, we're going to split it within four of us, and it's going to be £25 per person. Even though I only ordered water, because what we are friends, it doesn't matter. Some friends, but some friends have also adapted the British culture of that when you hang out with people, whatever I order, whatever I'm paying for. Fair enough. No, I don't mind either way. If you want to split the bill, I'm okay with it. If you want to pay only for what you ordered, I'm okay for it. Okay with that as well. But with my colleagues, I noticed that no one is here to. There's no entitlement mentality that, oh, because we are colleagues, because we are friends, if we hang out, I'll pay for your food. No. Or what they can do is, okay, the first round is for example, if we go out for drinks, the first round is on me. Yes. And then obviously the second round is going to be on you. Because you cannot be expecting someone to be taking all the round, paying for the drinks all the time. Why? So if you cannot afford to live this baby girl lifestyle, say you cannot hang out. Tell them you cannot hang out. Tell them you want to stay at home, or you have things already planned. Another thing is that when they are going to, for example, another cultural shock I noticed at work, you want a cup of tea and you say yes. What that means is you're going to give them the £1.20 it's going to cost them to buy you a cup of tea. They're not going to give you a cup of tea for you for free. So it's either they take the money from you before they your cup of tea. They don't even need to tell you that you need to give me my £1.20. You should automatically just know that as soon as the person returns with a cup of tea, you're either going to explain to them, you're going to give them the money later because you don't have cash with you, or you give them the money there and there. No one is and no one, they don't have this entitlement, which I really like that mentality, to be honest. No one is here to look after you. No one is here to cater to your needs. We are all adults. You're going to cater for your own needs. I'm going to cater for my own needs. It might seem a bit selfish. It might seem a bit dramatic, but I like the culture, because I feel like if you want, sometimes yes, you want to hang out with your friends, you don't have money, you can explain these are your friends, fair enough. But your colleagues, like I said, don't have to hang out with them, because they feel like if you don't have money to hang out, why are you hanging out with us? They might not say it, but their reaction, like we say, oh, I don't have, can you pay for my tea? No. They start looking at you like, what's wrong with this one? If they pay for the first cup, for the first drink, and then the next drink. The last cultural shock I'm going to be discussing in this video is the fact that when we arrived to the UK, every time we wanted to purchase an item, we always have to convert from British currency into Nigerian currency, because obviously there's a difference in the currency. And that sometimes stop us from buying items, because thinking, how much is this? This is £1. How much is that? And then I think £1 then was like maybe 300 or 200 naira then. But now £1 is equivalent to up to, is it 900 naira? Wow. Like, anyway, so you can imagine when we went to make our hair, we didn't want to spend money, because it was about £50 to braid your hair, and £50 in local currency was, you can never pay that amount of money to braid your hair in Nigeria. Or if, for example, you want to buy plantain, it was like you are spending a lot of money just to buy plantain, to buy yam, to buy the local food. But after a while, we had to adopt to this. We live in the UK, we spend in British pounds, we are getting paid in British pounds. So basically, you have to try and teach yourself to stop converting everything you want to purchase into the Naira currency, because it will stop you from buying a lot of things. You will starve yourself. You'll not be able to live the baby girl lifestyle, because if you convert it to naira, you're thinking, this is 100,000 naira. Oh, like, obviously you will not want to purchase that item. But you live in the UK now, girl. You get paid in British pounds. You pay your bills in British pounds. So, girl, you have to adapt. I know it's hard, but anymore, to be honest, I don't buy gari in Nigeria. I buy a lot of my food items when I travel to Nigeria, which is maybe once in 5 years. Then maybe I'll buy one or two items. But for me, I live in the UK now. Plantain now is 50p for one. If you think about the shipping, the store, they have to pay for the store, they have to pay for their employees. So obviously, how much are they even really gaining if you think about it? So at the end of the day, it's a business for them. So we just have to appreciate that, the fact that you can have access to Nigerian food, because everywhere you go now, although it's still limited in certain areas, but if you live in London, there are Nigerian stores everywhere. You can buy Nigerian food anywhere, and they taste just like the way they taste back home. It took a while to adjust to the local currency, but like I said, you live in the United Kingdom. This brings me to the end of today's video. I really hope that you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you can relate to any of the cultural shock that I've shared in this video, please leave it in the comment section. And if there's any cultural shock that I've not shared, because there's a lot, to be honest, I couldn't share everything in one video. If you want me to film a part 2, do let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section, and we can continue with this conversation in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of those good stuff. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.